the reason why so many people, they just don't grow up and amount to much. They don't grow up and achieve much. They don't grow up and have a great life. Most people just end up living average. And here's why. Because along the way, as they're growing up, their heart got broken, and so they didn't plant the right seeds inside of their heart. They couldn't grow great things, and so they just let whatever happened in life to them, those are the harvests they got. Well, I just followed the wind, just whatever happened, whatever took place as a child, it just grew inside of me. See, you have the power right now in your life to affect what you're going to be like when you're 20 and 25 and 30 and 35 based on the seeds that you get choosy about right now in your life. And I could give you hype, and I could get you excited about this is going to be the greatest weekend ever. This is going to be the greatest night of your life. But this could be the most important night of your life. If you hear what I'm saying, that your heart is a garden. Your heart is a field. Nobody has a better or bigger opportunity than you do, because you have as big of a heart and as soft as a heart as anybody else can have. And there's as much inside of you that can become great, and there's as much soil inside of you that can grow into a harvest if you will take charge of your heart. So what does that mean? That means you got to be careful who you listen to, because those are seeds. You got to be careful who you hang around, because those are seeds. You got to be careful what you're watching, because those are seeds. And you have to learn to be choosy. You have to learn to be choosy. You got to be like, I'm not having casserole. I only allow grilled cheese and mac and cheese in my life. You have to be choosy. Like, I only allow good seeds to be planted in my heart. If you got something bad to say about somebody, go say it somewhere else. Not in my field. I'm not. Those seeds aren't allowed in my soil. Those seeds aren't allowed in my field. Okay? Because this is what your life is going to become. You're going to remember this night. Because 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I might run into you at Jewel, or I might run into you 10 years from now. I'm telling you, 10 years from now, I'll be like 40. But 10 years from now, I got the biggest laugh there. All right, it's working now. 10 years from now, I'm going to run into you, and you're going to be 27 or 25 years old, and you're going to come to me, and I'm going to say, how have you been for the last 10 years? And maybe you go to college, and I don't see you for a while. You come back, and you're like, oh, I'm just not doing that well. Why? Well, just this has happened, and that's happened, and I just haven't had good breaks, and I just haven't had good things. Out of your heart flow the issues of life. And you have the responsibility and the power to determine what kind of life you're going to have 10 years from now, based on the seeds that you start sowing in your heart today. And so if you say, man, I've had my heart broken, and not much good has happened in my life, or I'm hoping for success, or I'm hoping to make it. You don't have to hope. You just have to plant good seeds. You just have to plant good seeds. Your heart is so important, because that's what's going to grow your future. Your future isn't going to be based on what somebody else does. Your future isn't going to be based on meeting the right person. Your future isn't going to be based on having the best friends. Your future isn't going to be based on, having the right job, getting in the right college. That's not what's going to determine your future. What's going to determine your future is, what are the seeds, seeds, what are the seeds that you plant in your heart, and that you allow to be planted in your heart for the rest of your life. Right now, today, my life is the byproduct of the seeds that I've sown. And I got no right, and I've got no excuse to be bitter, even if I got some bad harvests in my life, because I have the knowledge that I can change my future by the seeds that I plant in my heart. I have the power to do that, so I have nothing to complain about, and I have nothing to be bitter about, and I have nothing to be angry about, and I have no one to blame for what is happening in my life today. And I want every one of you, that's when you become mature. You become mature, not when you get to be 30 or 40. I know 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds that are still immature because they don't realize that they are the sole person responsible for what they allow to be planted in their heart.